Good evening. Welcome to Monday's guided meditation session at Vajrayana Institute. I'm Wai Cheong. As usual, over the next hour, we will be doing two meditations together. Tonight, I thought we can explore the topic of emptiness. Of course, from in the Buddhist context, emptiness has very specific meaning. But we can look at it in a simple way to think of emptiness as when we say, let's say, the cup is empty of water, it means within the cup there is an absence of water. So noticing absence, things not here, is an interesting notion, but a very important aspect of meditation as well. Because so often we are caught up with noticing what is here and be preoccupied with, even struggle with what is here, that we don't notice what is not here, what is absent, what was maybe previously preoccupying your attention, and who knows why, due to changes in conditions in this moment, it is no longer here. There is an absence of that thing. Now, absence is also very important to notice, to pay attention to, and it can make a big difference in our meditation. So I thought today we can explore this theme over the next two meditation. So first meditation will be on calm abiding or concentration meditation. So what are some of the absence we can notice? First, with posture. If we choose a suitable posture for our body for this session, then you may notice that if the posture is right, if the posture is suitable or appropriate, there is an absence of discomfort, absence of pain and tension that might be brought on by adopting an unsuitable posture. So when we are able, as we listen in, as we be more mindful to the conditions of ourselves and choose an appropriate posture, immediately there is an absence of discomfort in the body. Maybe not immediately, maybe take a while to settle into it. But nonetheless, the posture is not causing us additional problems. So there is an absence of the struggle against those pain or discomfort or tensions. So that's the first thing to notice and to really cherish and appreciate. Second, by taking the time to return our attention to our own body, to be mindful of the state of our body, that really helps the body to adjust itself, to unwind, and with that come the release of a lot of those physical tightening and contractions, part of our reactions to stressful situations in our life. So as those tension released, there is a relief. We feel a relief from the pain, the subtle discomforts, and the absence of those tension, the absence of those tightening, those knots of muscular tension is something really wonderful. To be able to appreciate that the body can be so much more relaxed, so much more at ease, to be able to abide comfortably, in the posture in meditation. So that is the second type of absence, an absence of this kind of struggle with our own body. And as that kind of release happens, naturally there is pleasant feelings arise, feeling of comfort, feeling of softness, of relaxation. And if we are able to welcome those feelings into our awareness, make them a part of our meditation, allow ourselves to enjoy them while they're here. But they don't stay for long, they fade very quickly. But so long as we notice them while they're here and appreciate them and allow ourselves to fully experience those subtle, pleasant sensations that come out of our meditation, what happens? It really goes a long way to reassure our mind, helps to calm our mind down. It helps to send a very positive message to our mind that everything is all right. And when the mind got managed to get the message, what happened to the mind? The mind starts to slow down. The mind may actually start to let go of a lot of those compulsive, ruminating thoughts that a lot of us find very disturbing in our meditation. Thoughts about concerns or worries, things that are triggering, that happening in our life that may trigger all sorts of reactions like anger, anxiety, depression. So when the mind is reassured, the mind starts to let go of those thoughts. So previously, maybe you find those thoughts very disturbing, very noisy. Suddenly, in this meditation, you may notice the absence of such a compulsive thinking. That absence may be experienced as a kind of silence, a very wonderful kind of silence where the mind is at ease, at peace. So that is yet another absence to appreciate, to notice, and to enjoy while they're here. It won't last forever, but nonetheless, when it is here, why not enjoy it? So there is quite a few of absences or emptiness that we can actually create the conditions for in this meditation. So let's give it a try and see whether we can, whether it happen or not. All right. So take a few moments and adjust your body and find a suitable posture. You can be sitting on a chair like what I'm doing. You can sit on the floor, cross-legged, on a cushion. You can lie down on your back in a supine position, on the floor, on a yoga mat, or on a firm bed, whichever is most suitable for you. So let's allow our body to adjust, to find its way into our meditation posture. Throughout the meditation, I will be guiding you. I will be saying things from time to time. See if you can regard that as as a gentle reminder, as a recommendations. Feel free to ignore what I'm saying if it is not helpful or not relevant to your experience. So first step with regard to our posture, let us check in. Notice the sensations, the kind of sensations coming through at the points of contact between our body and our seat, our body and the ground in this posture. See if we notice sensations of stability, of solidity, of firmness at those points of contact. Sensations that represent the fact that our body is well supported in our chosen posture, and that there is balance and safety to be found in this posture. If that is true, this will send a very helpful message to the body. This will help the body to begin a natural process whereby it can start to loosen up a bit. It does not have to be so tight or tense. It can unwind a bit. And in its own time, it can let go of some of those unnecessary tightening and contractions. So this is the first step, which I call acquiring a seat for our body in meditation. And next, we are going to invite our attention to come back, to be in touch with sensations at the different parts of our body, starting from the crown, scanning downwards slowly at our own pace, reconnecting our mind with our own body. So see if you can imagine placing your attention at the crown of the head and allow yourself to become aware of sensations here at the crown. Without much effort, just a light touch. See if you notice maybe there is some tingling sensations, a slight feeling of pressure. It could be a sense of warmth or coolness. Or maybe you feel nothing at all, which is perfectly fine. And then allow attention to flow downwards, to become aware of sensations in the rest of the head. Maybe we start with the face, tune in to sensations at our own face. Check in to see whether are we tensing up any muscles of the forehead, are we tightening the muscles around the eyes, or the muscles of the jaw. Since we do have some conscious control over our facial muscles, see if you can gently release some of those tensions in your face. Welcome in a feeling of softness, of ease and relaxation into your own face. Notice sensations at the sides of the head, at the back of the head, and maybe even inside the head. Just a light touch without much effort. Feel free to move at your own pace. You don't have to follow my pacing. And now I will move downwards, attending to sensations at the throat, the muscles of the neck, feeling sensations here. And then continue down to the shoulders. How are the shoulders doing today? Notice sensations at the top of the shoulders, at the front, at the back, at the shoulder joints. Neck and shoulders are some of the common areas where a lot of us store quite a bit of tension, tightness, which may come across as unpleasant sensations. So if we do notice them, see if we can simply acknowledge them. We let our attention continue down into both arms at the same time. Notice sensations from the shoulder joints, sensations at the upper arms, sensations at the level of the skin or muscles or joints. Moving at our own pace. Maybe you can notice subtle sensations at both elbows. Sensations in the forearms. Simple sensations, nothing spectacular. Maybe you notice some, maybe not. Either way is perfectly fine. And then we arrive at both hands. Notice sensations in both hands, sensations at the palms, at the back of the hands, sensations in the fingers, all the way to the fingertips. Now that we are aware of sensations in both arms, see if we can allow the weight of both arms to rest comfortably on their physical support. Feel that there's no need for us to tense up the muscles of the shoulders or the arms unnecessarily. We don't have to hold them up in any particular position. And then we return our attention to the chest. Throughout the meditation, on many occasions, we may find that our attention is drawn elsewhere, to sounds, to thoughts, memories. And when we do notice them, all we need to do is simply invite our attention to come back here and now. In this case, to come back to our own body. So we notice sensations at the chest. Some of us may notice the movements of the chest, expanding and contracting as we breathe in and out. Others may notice the beating of our own heart, or the sensations at the upper back, all the way down to the middle back. Moving at our own pace, reconnecting our mind, our attention with our own body, we can flow or move downwards to the abdomen. Notice sensations here. Notice sensations at the level of the skin and muscles. Or maybe we can sense the various organs in this part of the body. Or we may notice sensations at the back, at the lower back. We allow attention to gather at the pelvis so that we are aware of sensations at the pelvic region where powerful muscles gathered. Sense sensations at the various organs here. Notice the weight of our pelvis resting on its physical support. And see if we can mentally give permission, allow the weight of our pelvis to simply rest comfortably on its support. Going through our own body, reconnecting attention to bodily sensations. Maybe by now we notice areas of tension, of tightness, of discomfort. And we can simply acknowledge these areas as they are. Don't have to struggle against them, simply acknowledge them as such. Or maybe we also notice other areas where there is an absence of such uncomfortable tension. There may be a feeling of softness, of ease, or relaxation, pleasant sensations. See if you can welcome those pleasant feelings into your meditation. Appreciate them, enjoy them while they're here, and let them go as they fade away. We let our attention continue down both legs at the same time, sensing sensations at the hips, then moving at our own pace. Notice sensations at our upper legs, all the way to the knees. Continue downwards towards the ankles. Eventually, we arrive at both feet, where we tune into the different sensations here at the feet, at the soles of the feet, the top of the feet, and sensations in the toes. See if we can, as we are aware of both legs, simply allow the weight of both legs to rest comfortably on the floor or wherever physical support they're resting on, and surrender their weight to gravity. We rest our body in the posture. Give our body plenty of time to continue to unwind, to loosen up, to settle down physically into the posture, into the meditation. And we appreciate at any time, any experience of the release of physical tension, tightness, of the absence of such tension, the absence of unpleasant feelings, feeling of discomfort. And we rest our attention, our mind, on a suitable support. Feel free to choose one that you are familiar with. Could be the sensations of the breath, could be any bodily sensations, could be a visual image, a mantra, anything that you feel comfortable with, resting your attention on that support, object of meditation, and inviting your attention to come back to it if you do get distracted. Resting our body in the posture, allow it to continue at its own pace, to unwind, to loosen up, to settle down. resting our attention on our meditation support, our object of meditation, such as the breath, coming back to it again and again. See if we can become aware of when our attention is drawn away to thoughts, to memories, to fantasies, to some inner commentary, without being upset, without struggle. Simply acknowledge it and then come back to the support, come back to the object of meditation. And most importantly, see if you can also appreciate moments where there is an absence of distraction. The mind is at ease, in stillness, resting quite comfortably with your object of meditation. Okay, so there's a simple calm abiding meditation where I invite you to notice absences, how within your experience, occasionally when conditions are right, you may find within your own experience there is an empty of certain kind of factors, empty of tension, empty of compulsive thinking. And this next meditation will approach closer to in the Buddhist context, what we talk about as emptiness or selflessness, the empty of a particular kind of idea of self that we may hold very strongly and hold that to be true. A very common, unfortunately, very common kind of self-image or self-idea is thinking of oneself as somehow unworthy, or thinking of oneself as somehow unlovable, or somehow damaged or broken, or not able, or not fit for happiness. Although it's such a tragic idea of self, but a lot of us do walk around deep within us. We hold on to that idea of self and believe that it is true, that there is such a self here. And to realize emptiness of such self, to realize, there is no such, this idea of self is false. There's nothing correspond to it in reality. It's quite a relief to drop this whole heavy burden of such self-image and just literally just drop it and forget about it, and carry on with life and feel so much lighter and so much more. And the world seems so much different. There seems to have more possibilities where previously limited by this self-image and self-idea. Everything seems so much more constricted. So this next meditation, we are going to explore within our experience whether is it possible for us to discover a kind of emptiness, the emptiness which is the absence of certain kind of notion of self. Now, this meditation is one of my favorite meditation. I just briefly describe how to do it, and we can just do it and see what happens. I call it listening meditation because it starts off with through the sound, the sense of hearing, through listening. Listening among our physical senses, at least for me, is the one that is most spacious. In the midst of listening, when we pay attention without straining, just very relaxed, be open, quiet down, and just allow sounds to come to us. Maybe with our eyes closed, allow sound to enter into our consciousness, into our awareness. You'll find that it's possible to experience an intimacy with sound. And sometimes literally, because sound is vibration. It's almost like we can feel the vibration of the sound within ourselves. And so sounds appear within our consciousness as very much present here and now. Can be loud, can be soft, and we may interpret them as far or near, but yet at the same time, we can appreciate that the sound is experienced right here, right now, within our awareness. This might come more often when you listen to music that you like. You feel that it's almost as if the music enters right into you. You experience it right here. And there is no separation, a sense that there is a self, a listener, and over there is the object, the sound, and there's this big gap, this big distance between the subject and the object. And that is the experience which I hope we can step out of this separation of self, subject, and object, and try to allow in something different in this meditation, an exploration of a different way of perceiving the different experiences, and one in which there is not so much of a gap or distance between a gap which is on one end is what we regard as the subject, the experiencer, and the other end is the object, the experience. But maybe it's not like that. Maybe things can be experienced quite different. So we start with listening, and listening without effort, without straining, and simply welcome any sound to come right into the space of our awareness, and to be here and to be experienced right here, right now. And we bring that same quality of attention, attentiveness to bodily sensation is the next thing we can. And this one is even more intimate. After all, it's happening within us, so to speak. The sensation of tensing and relaxing, the sensations of the breath flowing in and out, expanding, contracting, rising, falling, the experience of hardness or softness. So all this experience is just like music, like a symphony, it's arising within the space of our awareness. Why not we can welcome them into our experience? And thirdly, thoughts. Thoughts can also appear to us in this way. Instead of having this notion, there's a thinker and I'm thinking those thoughts. Maybe in meditation especially, you may notice that thoughts are not like that. They don't appear like this. They're just out of the blue. Who knows from where? An image just appear within the space of our awareness. An image, a memory sequence, a fantasy unfold before we even realize it. We already follow along with it. A whole commentary, inner commentary, just on and on and on and on and on. Even when we want it to stop, it doesn't. Where does it come from? It can be experienced right here within the space of our awareness. And so see if we can give emphasis to this mode of paying attention, this mode of listening, so to speak. Listen to our experience. And you may discover that what I call your aware space, that all this experience seems to just happen, appear and disappear within the space of your awareness. So let's give it a try and see what happens. So once again, settle back into your meditation posture. So as we relax our body back into the posture, taking care that the spine feels comfortable in the posture, that the posture is not creating unnecessary tension or pain in any part of our spine. Feel free to close your eyes completely. It might help us to listen better. And as we allow the body to settle back, to be comfortable in the posture, I invite you to give attention to our sense of hearing, to listening. Listening without effort, simply become a listening space, almost like a radar, so to speak. And we allowed sounds to appear when they appear, to come into the space of our awareness. And see if you can welcome whatever sounds into your awareness, all the way into where you are. Instead of following the usual way where we have a strong sense of I'm here at the center, I'm the listener, the sounds are out there. See if we can put aside that perspective, even briefly. Put aside the notion of self versus and other experiences, and just allow the sound waves, the vibration of the sound to come all the way into our own mind, into our own heart, and see what happens. listening, such as listening or hearing my voice, appearing within the space of your consciousness, your awareness. Alongside the sounds by now, you would also be aware of other experiences, bodily sensations appearing within your aware space, areas of tension and tightness or discomfort, areas of softness, of ease and comfort. Welcome those bodily sensations into your aware space, just like sound. What kind of sensations are coming through to you from your own face? Do you notice sensations of tension and tightness? And is it possible for you to gently release those tensions in the face and allow a different feeling, a feeling of softness and ease and comfort to come through from your own face? Coming back here and now, be in this listening awareness, noticing sound, noticing bodily sensations. Maybe you can notice the breath sensations, very rhythmic movements of sensations as we breathe in and out. Sensations of the in-breath and the out-breath. Sensations of expansion and contraction, rising and falling. See if you can allow such breath sensations to also appear in your aware space. Coming back to here and now, see if you can allow sounds, bodily sensations, sensations of the breath to be your support in this meditation. To help your awareness be present here and now, be open and receptive, noticing the different experiences that enter into, that appear in the space of your awareness, of your consciousness. Coming back here and now, being aware of sound, of tension and relaxation, of the breath. Maybe by now, you would have noticed thoughts appearing in the space of your awareness. Thoughts in the form of words or visual images, thoughts in the form of memories or fantasies, an ongoing inner dialogue. Sometimes thoughts can appear without disturbing your mind, without hijacking your attention. Then you can simply allow them to come and go in the space of your awareness. At other times, thoughts have the power to hijack your attention, to narrow down your attention, to shift your focus to the past, the future, some imaginary scenario. When you notice that, see if you can, without being upset, simply invite your attention to come back here and now, to open up, to be present, and to listen once again to sounds, to sensations, to thoughts. Coming back to here and now with your attention resting in here and now, resting in this present moment, resting right here, And allow sounds, bodily sensations, breath, thoughts to come, to abide, to change and disappear within the space of your awareness. See if you can appreciate the stillness of your own mind, of your own awareness. And maybe the absence of a self, of a meditator directing the show, being in control. And then finally, let's take a few moments, highlight anything positive, pleasant, or helpful that come out of our meditations this evening. And we can dedicate this positive momentum we have created through our meditation, dedicated towards the fulfillment of our aspirations, our wishes. In a general way, we can dedicate that may they somehow stay with us, may they linger in our body and mind to continue to benefit us long after the meditation is over. Okay, so regardless of what come up in your meditation, I hope you enjoy it. Sometimes it's good to try something a bit different. And so that's it for this week. And I hope you have a good week ahead. And thank you for your attention and hope to see you around next week. All right, take care and good night.